I want to get right into it, but first I have to give it to the floor to myself from 7 days ago to tell you what the date is. Today's July 20th, July 21st. Today is July 22nd. Today is July 23rd, July 24th, July 25th, 2025. Today is July 26th, 27th, 26th. My name's Jack and this is the video, and we're starting the video, and this is what the start of the video looks like. I am making a video like I do, and couldn't be more, I don't know, what am I supposed to say in the video? The video's being made and I'm making the video, and this video is the video that I'm making, and I'm making a video. So, after further review, the video is in process of being made, and that means I'm video making. So, to review, my name is Jack and I'm making a video. Okay, let's move on. What's it about? What's it about? What's it about? What's it about? Well, I think the video is about, I don't know. Maybe it's about, I think I might figure that out as I go. As I go, I'm not actually sure what I might figure out, but we are going. So as I continue to go, I'm figuring things out, and things are happening that I'm figuring out. So, allow me to say to you, for a fact, I am making a video, and this video is being made. Allow me to make video. My name's jackkadis, and I'm here to tell you all about this video. Yeah. Behind me, I guess I could just tell you about the scene that I'm in. And you might not be seeing me right now. There's a very good chance that you're actually seeing B-roll, but, you know, I can still tell you what's behind me. Behind me to my right, this is my right hand right here, it might be your left. I'm not sure, do cameras invert? I'm not exactly sure how that sort of thing works. But regardless, instead of just saying left or right, I'll say the thing there with all the words and stuff. So those are YouTube thumbnails for my podcast show. I don't know, I think I call it a show first. It's called Keeping It Real, and I do it every day and it's an hour. And recently I changed the structure of it. In Keeping It Real, I started dividing the show up into 3 segments, each 20 minutes long. I feel like this helps me get through the episode better. I think sitting still in a chair for an hour is kind of a daunting thing for me, so yeah, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know something? I really am confused by this. Well, I have a story to tell you. There's 2 things that I want to tell you. So I guess I'll start with the first thing, chronologically at least. Today I ran 10 miles and it was so exhausting. And when I finally got home, my legs were dead. When I go on runs, I don't carry anything. Not my phone, not my wallet, not my keys. All I have on me is my watch to time myself. So, as I get home, I climb the stairs, I live on the 3rd story, and I get to my door and I'm so exhausted. I'm really excited at this point, not only because I finished my run and I'm now walking and I can breathe again and everything, but also because before I left for my run, because I knew this was going to be very tiring, this is the longest I've run in a very long time, I set up a box fan to face the front door so that when I step in the room, I'm immediately blasted with cool air. So, I walked in the room. Wait, actually, that's what I'm telling you about here. So I go to open the door and the door's locked. I never lock my door. What? And immediately I'm just filled with panic. Like, I don't know how my door got locked, but I'm locked out. I'm locked out of my own house and I'm just ran 10 miles and I'm so tired and I don't have my phone, I can't call anybody. It's honestly like a nightmare scenario. But luckily, I did some quick thinking. And as tired as I was after those 10 miles, I remember seeing paint buckets and open front doors as I was walking up the stairs to my apartment. And it's kind of a, you have to think about these things, and I realized that they must be painting the rooms. After all, I am in between a lease period. Like, I resigned, so I'm just here, but I have roommates that are moving out and new people moving in, and the place needs to be paint touched up. So, luckily, I go to talk to people with the paint and they let me in. So here's the second weird thing that happened. So I'm thankful to be let in, and then I go to work and I work my whole shift. But when I get home from work, I open the door and I go to turn on the lights and my lights don't work. And I'm talking neither one of the lights in my kitchen work. And I'm like, what? Now listen, there's no chance that the bulbs both burned out simultaneously. That just is not happening. So then the question becomes, how or why or what in the world, why do my lights not work? And the lights in my room work, and the power from the wall works, but the lights for the living room doesn't work either, or the laundry room, and I don't understand. The light in the little, in the sunroom also doesn't work. So how could that happen? How could 3 different light switches not work? Like, what was going on? Like, how did the painters make my lights not work? I don't understand. And I don't know, I think I'm just gonna continue to not understand. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I know the bulbs are good, I know the lights should work, so where in the chain are things messed up? As I think through this, it just gets more and more confusing. Like, you gotta understand and believe and agree with me, like, this doesn't make any sense. But you know, when I figured that out after I got home from work, I was kinda like, honestly, I don't care right now. I have videos to make. But here I am making my videos, and it's just stuck in my mind. How does this make sense? How does this make any sense? Like, what about painting would at all affect light switches? Well, that's where you'd have to start, right? Because they actually do paint the wall, and the light switch is mounted on the wall. And I do actually have to say this. The light switches feel less glossy. Like, there is paint on them. Like, these guys, you know, they're just kids. You know, this apartment complex, you know, it's cheap rent, like it's a sloppy paint job. So, you know, they've got paint on the light switches. So what? Why would that affect the lights? Like, they shouldn't, like, the lights should still work. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm thinking, like, maybe they took, like, there has to be an explanation for this, and I think I have to tear open the panel. But not right now, though, because right now I'm sat here making this video, and I tell you, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You guys know me by this point, I feel, and you know that I love to make videos. I love it. I can make videos all day long. And I don't know what to say right now. I don't know what to say. What do you think I should say? I mean, there's like, the thing about saying things is there's always infinite amounts of things to say. And the safe bet with saying things is the less you say and the more control you put over what you put out of what you say is like you can create like an image. But I don't know, that kind of, you know, if you assign so much effort to a certain task, it's less likely you ever even start the task. And to complete a task that requires an immense amount of effort, you have to break it up into small chunks. So for example, I've watched YouTube for a decade. I've seen people go from thousands of subscribers to millions, and I think it's my turn. And now that I've started, it appears to be super, super, super hard, like max level hardcore mode. And I think the only way that I'm ever gonna get to my goal is if I break everything up into super small chunks. So right now, all I'm really focusing on is just continuing to make this video. I think as long as I continue to make this video, I will have continued to have made this video. And I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but it kind of just makes sense to me, like it just clicks. It just clicks. So let's do a bit of a YouTuber spotlight. People that I watch that I think you might want to watch. One of my favorite up-and-coming YouTubers is Kai Trump, President Trump's granddaughter. I mean, YouTube is a crazy place. I also love Grind Hard Plumbing Co. The stuff they make is amazing. I'm a big fan of their trike build right now. I'm also a really big fan of Ryan Trahan, where he's about to finish his 50 States in 50 Days challenge with his wife, Haley. Been loving it. And I mean, I watch so much YouTube. So much. Recently, my comfort watch is Atrioc. I watch a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Recently, I discovered that private equity actually is putting their hands in the YouTube honeypot. Which at first, you know, made my jaw kind of drop. I was a little bit in awe, mind blown that Fireship was owned by private equity. I always saw Fireship as this like off the cuff, solo dolo channel. Like I would always be so amazed at how like well put together and engaging his videos would be, because I always just pictured it as like one guy, you know? But now that he's bought and owned by private equity, I realized like there's just A, no way it's just one guy, and B, it's owned by private equity. You get what I'm saying here? Also, I raise my hand like that, and I'm kind of like looking at like, I kind of have a skinny, like here you can imagine that I'm like buff, but when I raise my arm in front of the camera, it kind of gives you a preview of my actual dimensions. And I feel like it makes me, the fat in my face more pronounced. Because without the skinniness of my arm on camera, you know, you see that my face is a little bit big, but like you think that my body might match. I don't know, that's just me being a little bit hyper aware of how I look, and that's, trust me, it's just never worth the time. So, With the lights being out in the kitchen and living room, I'm gonna have a challenge when it comes to B-roll. I don't know what I'm gonna be filming. Seriously. I might just line up a ton of stuff on my desk. I have to get B-roll, so, you know, it is what it is. I have to get B-roll. And, you know, I feel like it'd be cool if I took my camera along with me along my day, but I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. This video is wrapping up, and I can honestly say that I've had a lot of fun filming it. Really, I have. I appreciate you stopping in and watching it. I'm thinking in particular of that one comment that said they watch me while I fall asleep. That really hit close to home for me. Because YouTube, I just fall asleep to YouTube. That's just what I do. I just fall asleep to YouTube. Seriously, I do. And I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I can't think of much. I'm just here talking to the camera. That's about it. I am looking at myself in the viewfinder right now rather than the lens, and I'm a fan of how I look. I don't know if it's like that late night, you know, when it gets later in the hours, you just kind of like feel more attractive. But it's like the dimensions of my face and like everything, it's like I bypass all the bad things. But what am I even talking about? Seriously, what am I even talking about? It's time to wrap this video up and find a good stopping point. My name's jackkadis. You might know, you might not. 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 If you know, then you know. If you don't, then you don't. If you do, then you do. So let's take a shoe. I'm like Cinderella. If you could write a story, who would be the main character? And spoiler alert, you can write a story. And I want to ask you briefly, am I making any sense at all right now? Because I'm having a lot of fun, but I just don't feel like I'm making any sense. And I don't know, I'm not too bothered by it. I don't think you always have to make sense all the time. I'm just talking to talk, really. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You ever heard anybody say that? It is what it is. I wonder what the thumbnail of this video looks like. Do I look cool? I hope that I do. Hope I look cool. I already took the picture, so I know kind of what it looks like. I think I'm making this face. And that's pretty funny. So yeah, you know, treat others how you wish to be treated. I feel like I could just be more funny. So I'll tell you this. I've got a little bit of a joke riddle for you. Never put all your eggs into one basket. If I could lay eggs, I'd need like 3 or 4 baskets. You know, everywhere you go, you see First Baptist churches. Always First Baptist Church. One of them would have had to have been second. You know, one of my friends asked me, Jack, what should I do? And I looked at him dead in the eye and I said, learn Spanish. And, you know, I don't think too hard. I don't not think too hard, and that's about it. I just make video, go sleep, wake up, make video, go sleep. Coming up, I have school, and that is going to be life-altering. Heavily life-altering. So, like usual, I've accidentally gone one video over, and this is the end of the video. See you tomorrow. Bye.